So I'm Edward Cole, I'm founder of Katlas Technology, and I provide foundation technology for various applications in healthcare, in talent management, and in agriculture and international supply chains. I'm here today representing as a member of the Chamber of Commerce in London. And on this stand here at the Indian Startup Foundation 2023, we've got a pavilion here representing a number of companies that are looking for relationships, both relationships that want to come and do business in England, or the UK I should say, British Isles, or companies like us that want to do business in India. And the Indian Startup Foundation for me has been excellent. I bumped into the senior management, Mr. J.A. Chowdhury and Seshadri and Tarun Gulati, in a conference for the International Trade Council in Tallinn, Estonia. And when we were there, my company won a prize for what we call our cardiovascular health journey, which basically is a capability that's going to make it much cheaper, accessible, and more reliable to use AI in a responsible way to deliver services to people in rural environments in India that can't currently get access to that quality care. It's going to allow the shortage of GPs and specialist services to analyze conveniently the condition of a large number of people to screen, monitor, and manage and follow on their condition. Now, part of my team of people today, because we provide a backbone technology for a number of user cases, I'm representing Management. Management is, we have a partnership, and with Management, what they do is they want to create the next generation talent management capability. The problem today is that my credentials are published on the internet, and they're not verifiable. They're not. And also, I need to do it discreetly. I need to do it in a private way. And we need a more non-discriminatory way of identifying talent so that talent can be found in the marketplace, can offer itself in the marketplace, and find convenient contracts that may fit into the type of world we're going to live in tomorrow. Is not the same as we live in today. More people are working from home. People can't work for the same commitment of time. They can't travel necessarily. So it might be easier to do a number of jobs in the same day. Let me give you a wonderful example. The Deliveroo today basically goes round and moves food from A to B. But imagine a Deliveroo guy learns a whole lot of other skills, how to fit medical devices, how to do questionnaires, how to fix televisions, and how to do some other convenient jobs in the neighborhood, which he could plan his day and her day, and provide various community services and support. And build up the credentials and change their day by day, to deliver a work stream that's convenient to them, a work stream that's convenient to the community, and everyone's participating and managing themselves in a more agreeable way. And Management is the front-end capability that allows that, if you will, finding the type of people you need to help you in a confidential way, and then also me offering the services that I'm willing to provide in a safe, private, and sensible way. Oh, it's a very good question, because I'm here to find investors. And I think with investors, you've got to understand that they're human beings. You've got to understand what it is you want and what's missing from your business. And if you're lucky enough, you've got to kind of negotiate it like you would if you were meeting a friend or you wanted to make friends with somebody. You have to ask them questions about themselves. You have to understand what their interests are, and then you can possibly see how you align your interests. And then when you've done that, you can start to maybe talk about how you're going to change the world, what your vision is for the future. And if you can get them to agree with the vision, they already think, well, there's a problem to solve and I like your approach, then you can start to take the conversation to the next stage. So I think, everybody has their own personality and everyone needs to learn. There is a very formulaic way you can use, but you have to be careful when you're being formulaic. I think maybe you've got to set yourself out clearly, you've got to set out the problem, you've got to set out the solution, and you need to do that in a simple way so that you don't confuse your investor. But other than that, I think you have to use human soft skills as well. That would be my advice.
Your message to all the startups who participated in ASF 2023 and your wishes.
Well, I think, as I said to you earlier, I met the senior management of ISF 23 back in the end of last year. I was invited to come along here and pitch to be a panelist and a speaker for rural healthcare. This is a project, as I've mentioned, which we can deliver some very accessible and capable technology. But I also was interested, I've been really impressed, to be honest, with the whole environment of this hospital system and the balancing of the culture with the willingness to take corporate risk, if you will. And they've assembled a large number of people that have the balance between trying to achieve something for the world in a sensible commercial fashion, but at the same time engage with the culture of the country and the region to be respectful in what it is you're trying to achieve. And of course here they're expecting us to provide services and prove ourselves at prices and sensible margins. And typically they want to see scale because the problems are big. And they need to see collaboration because they don't want lots of third-party silos that don't speak to each other. So we have to come with an open, collaborative mindset, willing to share, willing to learn, and build an ecosystem that works for, let's just say, more people on the planet than currently.
One last question. You came from here. What is the unique and special thing you found in
I'm so glad you asked that question, because we had an evening here, yes, where they had the school here, and they've got a symphony orchestra. And I didn't know, but the symphony orchestra, a very reasonably sized band, and they've got violins, all the brass, the percussion, electric guitars, and all sorts of clever things. And all these boys, in this particular case, had learnt these instruments in quite a short period of time, but it was such an engaging show. And I really must say, it was one of the most enjoyable experiences I've had anywhere in the world. And it was testament to what can be achieved by people working together, because what you have is a sequence of notes and harmony to deliver a complete orchestration. And they chose some wonderful music, and we were very well entertained. So I think it spoke a lot for how a culture can deliver quality entertainment, if you will.